We only live 5,200 weeks if we're lucky. Every year has 12 months is 52 weeks. If we pretend we live for 100 years, because we don't know at this point, right? If technology is going to advance and we get to live an average of 120 years, or it doesn't really, or it's at least inaccessible for most people because of like the price. Let's say I'm being optimistic. Let's say we live 100 years. Or is that pessimistic? I don't know. Yeah, assuming we don't get sick or we don't get in a car accident or nothing like that, and we're like somehow all healthy and nothing unlucky happens to us, we live 100 years, which is 5,200 weeks. And if you think about it, time flies in a really weird manner. Time flies relatively inside our brains. Sometimes a day flies by really fast or really slow, and a week or a month does the same thing too. You get what I mean though? By the fact, like when I'm saying it's relative, like when you're really focused on something you really like, that 6 hours feel like nothing. But if you're doing something and you're waiting for a certain time, like when it ends, like you're at work and you're waiting until it's like 9 to 5 p.m. So you get off work, it feels like eternity, but you eventually get there and you're tired and you go back home. Stuff like that. It's really, really relative. You can actually do little tricks to speed up time or slow down time, but that's for another topic. But if you think about it in time that has already passed, like you already aged. You aged another year and you're looking back at the last year, and then a lot of weeks feels like it just went by like that. That's how it feels when you look back at something. And also adding into the fact that time feels more relative is that if you spent whether short or long amounts of time on something that really is meaningful to you, like memories, like you prepared for a whole day for somebody's birthday party with everybody else, and then you guys had the best, most heartwarming, humane feeling, good memories. Happy birthday, you did that. You'll remember it forever, that specific point of time. But even if you spent a month on something that you don't really care about and it just passed like that, you eventually, after years, forget about the fact that it even happened. And if you really try to trace back to your childhood, there'll only be a handful of some really bad and some really good extreme memories. And when we're lying in our deathbed, one thing that makes me feel some type of way, how are we gonna feel when we're in our deathbed? Just thinking like, I spent like 9 years on Earth. Oh, it's been a long journey. It's been an adventure, for sure. I have kids, and they have kids, or maybe not. My mom and dad and anybody above that generation passed away already. I'm the last one standing from when I was the youngest. I had a good life. Or having regrets. Like, I wish I could have done this differently. I wish I could have treated my ex better. I wish I could, pick this career path instead of that. We'll have those thoughts when we're on our deathbed, and I told you, it's 5,200 weeks. And the only thing that lasts are the extremely bad ones or the extremely good ones, the memories. Every second counts. It might not feel like that right now because us humans have a way of thinking where it's like we minimalize certain stuff and you maximize certain emotions. But when we're 99 and we're on our deathbed and we're thinking, oh, if I only said no instead of yes, or yes instead of no, and only if I didn't say that to hurt that person's feelings, that was the last thing they heard from me type. Like, then that 1 second matters, no? But it doesn't feel like that as of now, as in people who smoke cigarettes, they don't like the smell of cigarettes. They, in fact, think it's disgusting. I smoked for a long time. I don't smoke right now. I do use pods. It's the specific dopamine hit we get in our brain that makes us keep doing it. Whenever we can't focus or when we don't want to face emotions, we just pull it out. Maybe it also helps that we're using our fingers, kind of like we're fidgeting around with like a squish doll or something almost. It's a habit. It's a way of relaxing and comforting ourselves or rewarding ourselves after doing something hard. Let's say, oh, I worked out really hard for 2 hours. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette and I'll feel amazing type. That has a big part of why people smoke. It's not because it's that plus. Hey geese, can you just be quiet a little bit? Oh, you never tell somebody to not do something. They'll act out. They're shaking their heads now. It's the nicotine. Stop distracting me. And it's the thing I just explained. If I were smoking right now, right? I'm not, but like, let's say I was. I'll pull one out without thinking much. I'll just want that little dopamine hit. I'm not going to be thinking about the lung cancer it brought my grandpa and countless other people that died from like lung cancer in my family. I won't be thinking about it. I'm just smoking. That's how they did it. until they got lung cancer. They probably still did it. My dad still smokes too. We humans don't tend to think about the long-term stuff like that unless we really consciously try. We're more worried about right now. We're not worried about we're worried about our worries and emotions right now. That's what we worry about. Not what happens in the far future. We just don't want to feel pain right now. We want to feel good about ourselves and feel fulfilled right now. That's all. But every second matters, right? Maybe I'm a little too extreme. Every day matters, maybe. Every couple of hours matters. You know what really matters though? Not regretting is what matters. Not the great accomplishments we did. Not our abilities that we heightened because we associate that with good and competence, all that. At the end, what really matters in your deathbed is, did you have a good life or not? When you think about it subjectively, do you regret a lot of stuff or are you satisfied with it? Now we gotta think about what contributes to you feeling satisfied, because we see countless times from different YouTube videos that chasing money isn't worth it. That is very true in a way, and that is furthest from the truth in a way. Furthest from the truth as in the world we live in right now. Money holds a lot of importance in a specific way, but at the end of the day, money is also created by mankind in order to exchange power and dominance, because they demolished the king system, emperor system, and now they're like, everybody is the owner of their own country, president election, money. But it signifies power, right? And sometimes when we don't have enough power, we have to go through situations we wish we don't. It sucks to have to endure some stuff for a livelihood. And it sucks to feel like we work all day, all month, drain out our life. The time that could have been used for memories and the time that could have been used for really actually gratifying stuff or helping other people, we have to do that just to stay afloat. Now, all that matters is we have less regrets as possible. I'm somebody with very high expectations of myself, and I often find that's the reason why I struggle so much mentally, because my reality versus my expectation is too far. Your current ability or reality versus your expected reality, the bigger the difference, the amount of difference is what you feel as pressure. And sometimes that just leaves you completely paralyzed. I'm starting to recognize that too. I learned it from a self-motivation video, not gonna lie. But it's very true. But all those expectations come from your childhood or experiences you went through that made you feel like you're not worth it or good enough. And this all happens in subconsciousness. It's more of what happened in your environment than you, but nonetheless, you're still stuck with that problem. You're still gonna have certain reactions to things that doesn't benefit you and doesn't make sense, but you're still gonna pursue whatever it is, even though it's an empty shell. From people who are already dead, who do we remember? George Washington, you know, Caesar, Aristoteles, Musashi, is that a dude? The samurai dude? Confucius, King Sejong, Martin Luther King, Gandhi. Throughout the history of time, all men wanted to be, not just men, you know, also women, was to leave their names so they're remembered forever. People were very afraid of being forgotten because, you know, it's scary. Rich people spend their money all the time to live even a year more, you know? And it makes sense, regardless of the amount of money you have. It's scary. That is scary. Being forgotten is scary. That feeling of feeling forgotten is scary. Imagining when we're gone, I wish I was in heaven, or maybe hell, but the crushing feeling that I don't know if there's a hell, heaven or not. I just turned Christian. I hope there is heaven. I remember being very young, thinking about those things, being so scared. What would it feel like if I'm dead? If all the neurons in my head are just extinguishes, my heart stops beating, I can't feel anything, I can't think anything. That's so scary. Maybe it's like that, I don't know. Or maybe there's a heaven waiting for us. We're gonna enjoy eternity. But it's people are scared when they near their death. Some of them just, become Buddha, basically, or they get super scared. Anybody who dedicated their lifetime into studying something or contributing to a field, it became tradition to name a theory in their name, to remember their names and their efforts. But when I name one of those people, how much do you know about them? How much do you think about what they went through or how they felt when they were going through certain things in their life? Caesar or Napoleon. Do we care? We don't really care. We know what he did. And these people are very few people compared to all the people that lived before us. Selected few. Very powerful, very rich, very influential people. But we don't really care. 2 generations apart, you're on your deathbed, you die, and then your direct parents or your direct kids maybe care. But over and under that, people don't care. You will eventually be... Jeff Bezos, We know him. He's alive right now. So we can assume how he feels, about certain things. Oh, he got a new baby mama. He making something millions a couple of minutes. We hear that. We know that. We feel that, I guess. And then when he's gone and when we're gone, people are gonna not know who Jeff. They might know. Is he dead? Is he alive? The J.P. Morgan Chase or whatever. I use this bank, but that's why I know. Andrew Carnegie or something. People won't care. Nobody will care about us when we're dead. So what matters? We can deduct the fact that those things don't matter. After we're dead doesn't matter. While we are alive is what matters. Now that that's established, what matters to us personally? I don't know about each and every one of you guys, or my case. I don't even know myself like that. But I would like to assume defeating the uninvited demons in our head is one. Benefiting us, our immediate family, and if I'm taking a little bit far, benefiting other people. Other fellow human beings living on Earth. That's two. And three, everything has to do with emotions. Did my parents or kids smile more because of some actions I did? Where was I able to lessen their pain as much as possible, make them smile and have good memories? And dad was a good dad. Like my son was a good son. Did I do enough of that? I think those three are like the only thing that would matter when we're on our deathbed. Money won't, because you can't take it. Because let's say I have like $5 billion. I can do like maybe 3 things with it, bury it with me. I won't be able to feel how I feel about money when I'm dead and buried with it. So what's the point of burying it? So I can donate it or give it to my kids, inherit it, whatever. I mean, good for them, but what does that have to do with how I feel in my deathbed? Maybe I feel a little bit better than if I were to inherit them nothing, but like that doesn't really matter either. 3? What is 3? What is number 3? Nothing. I don't know. Or like build schools. Build wells in Africa, build schools in here. Save some Chinese homeless people, maybe. It all doesn't matter. We have to just find out. Such a gray area to just say we have to find out what makes us happy, find out what has more to do with our strengths and weakness. It's something much more than that. All in all, it sounds weird that I'm jumping straight from here to here after everything I explained before, but I'm gonna just do the straight jump. All in all, you were born on this earth for a reason. I don't know what that is, but you can. You probably don't know either yet. But you got 5,200 weeks minus however much weeks you lived. You have the rest of your life to be able to find that out. Get to a stage where even if you were to immediately fall into death or coma, that you'll know you don't have regrets. And you maximize satisfaction at that point. So every day counts. Us humans were not designed to be doing 9 to 5s like we are right now as cogwheels of society. We're not designed to be taking all those insensitive management HR teams BS. We're not built for that. That's not what we were designed to do. Rabbits were designed to eat grass. Tigers were designed to eat rabbits. We were designed to find out stuff and be creative and be philosophical, be who we want to be, do what we want to do. Not trade each hour for whatever dollars. Not to have 80% of that taken away from mortgage, rent, car, government, electricity, applications, all that. That's what I said. Money's just a new form of power. They're using it so that they can keep most people as modern day slaves, equivalent to the past, and some people as kings. Which is that not true? If I'm Warren Buffett or Jeff Bezos or something, and I got billions of dollars, I can buy land, I can build a mansion, custom designed, I can buy a yacht, a private jet. I can practically pick and choose who I'm with, change their lives in a mere seconds just because I feel like it, and feel like they have infinite gratitude towards me and they think I'm the best person in the world. But funny enough, money was also not what we're designed to do. Make money is a specific skill. Generating income, multiplying income, investing, stock, real estate, saving money, accounting, bookkeeping. I don't think that's what we were also. That's also what we were designed to do. Some people were born better at it, or some people were not born to do it, but they put immense amounts of effort to be good at it. It's a survival skill nowadays. But there must be some other reason humans exist. Oh, again, way too philosophical for such a beautiful weather. All in all, heal, get to know yourself, do your best. Keep in mind, whatever feels like is everything isn't everything, and you have maybe short, maybe plenty of time. to enjoy the rest of your life in a way that makes sense. It has to be somewhere in the middle ground between being realistic and not being realistic somehow. Fitting in society, but at the same time, not shaping yourself to be like those people in society. I don't know. I'm finding myself, I'm just a homeless 26-year-old, so